Great. For some reason, my microphone's turned off. So, welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 5 of Authentic, and we're going to do Swan today. And it's for a very dear and wonderful yogi who loves Swan, and also for me because I feel, just that I want to open out. And so, come, welcome, and come lie on your mat. We're going to light our candle. We are going to use the belt, and then we're going to meditate. So come. Yesterday I was reminded of the aromatherapy one that we used to do, where we'd light our candle and then we'd smell aromatherapy. It was such a sensory memory. I could smell the aromatherapy, the rose oil that I used to use. So beautiful. So you could include that. I'm just not going to. We have to prioritize time. So come lie on the floor. Come land in onto your back. And as you pause there on your back, just settle yourself in, landing purposefully, with intention, unpacking your shoulders, unpacking your pelvis, finding your feet. And then flatten your lower back down and arch into your lower back. And this idea that I want my practice to meet me rather than for me to do it. So how do you let the feelings and the sensations of your practice really be alive and that you're responding to them rather than doing them and ticking them off a list? It's a very different feeling in my body. So as you flatten down and as you arch, hi bear, flatten down and arch. Just get a sense of that. Nice. And then roll like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis. Again, how do you let this meet you and I'm not going to say change you, but somehow meet you. Let it meet you. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. So reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Draw your right knee up towards your right elbow. And bring your foot to the floor. And then draw your left knee to your left elbow. And then foot to the floor. And I have that same kind of purposeful, engaged, embodied sense of movement. Bear, what's up with you? Draw your knee up towards your chest. Or towards your elbow. Draw your knee up towards your elbow. Just feel that. And every time you lay a foot down, it's really conscious. And as you draw your knee up, feel how your spine is changing on the floor. Like, how do you meet or be met by your movement? Nice. Draw both knees up. Touch both elbows. Bring both feet to the floor. Roll up along your spine. Nice. Both knees up. Let them touch your elbows. And then feet to the floor, roll up along your spine. Arms are up towards the ceiling, fingers are reaching, and you have this sense of really solid and present and like consciously, purposefully creating movement in your body. It's not random what we're doing. Well, it is actually, but no, it's not random what we're doing. Nice. Draw your elbows up towards your knees. Pause there. Keep your right elbow on your right knee. Let your left toe touch the floor. And then let your right toes touch the floor. And I keep in contact with my elbow as my other foot taps the floor really lightly. Now bring your heel to the floor, keeping the contact in your elbow. Nice. This time straighten your leg out long. And then bend your knee, touch your elbow. Straighten your leg out long. Bend your knee, touch your elbow. long, elbow, long, and elbow. Nice. So keep your knees where they are. Reach your arms overhead. Your palms are facing the ceiling. So we're going to do a swan from here. So you might have to shimmy or shift if you don't have much space above your head. I'm going to move. So then letting your arms float just above the floor, bend your elbows until your elbows are straight out from your shoulders. This is called cactus or goalpost. Stretch your arms long and above your head, towards the wall above your head. So listen, do you need to lift your arms a little bit more than where they are off the floor? So the closer towards the ceiling they are, the easier the movement is. Maybe we'll start there. Come back. Sorry, we went to the most extreme version. So stretch your arms out long so that they're a 45-degree angle. And now bend your elbows into cactus. That's where your elbows land on the floor, or it's the beginning of swan, what we call. Stretch your arms long, 45-degree angle. Bend your elbows, let them land on the floor. Maybe begin to increase the angle above your head. So maybe it's a 30-degree angle that you come to. Elbows land on the floor. Maybe it's just above the floor that you float. Long elbows to the floor, goalpost. Long elbows to the floor, goalpost. We're going to turn it into swan. So whatever angle you're moving at, so maybe you're still at a 45-degree angle because of one of your shoulders. So we'll start at 45-degree angle, elbows to the floor, goalpost, and then draw your elbows even closer in towards your hips. So you feel something happening in your spine. You're like, whoa, my spine is really bunching at the back and opening at the front. Reach your arms long, maybe to a 45-degree angle. Goalpost, elbows land on the floor, and then squeeze your elbows in towards your hips. Feel what happens in your body, like it's phenomenal, swan. Or reach long, 45-degree angle, elbows to the floor, it's like a tap, and then squeeze your elbows into swan. We're going to try lower with our arms, so 30-degree angle, goalpost, swan, and maybe just above the floor. Go gently, really listen to your shoulders, just above the floor, goalpost, and then swan. Nice, wow, that's so cool. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling, grab your yoga pants or your block or whatever it is you're using, lasso the right leg, and pause there with your left knee bent. Left knee, the foot is floating in the air, your knee is up towards your chest. And then lengthen your left leg long so it floats just above the floor, and you're holding onto the right leg with the belt. Nice. Let your left leg travel. Draw your left knee up towards you. And then lengthen your leg long. Reaching out long, stretching long. Nice. Bend your knee up towards you. Long. Right leg is strong and really held in the belt. One more time. Bend your left knee up towards you. And then stretching long. Nice. Hold on to the belt with your right hand. Both sides of the belt. Bring your left hand to the front of the left thigh because your left leg is straight. Open your left leg out towards, the right leg out towards the right. And then come back up to center. Right leg is floating. Out towards the side. Right leg to the right. Hand on the front of the left thigh really supports the sense of connection. One more time. Right leg out towards the right. Pause. So how does this meet you? So I'm going to allow the sensations really, I'm going to let them affect me, or I'm going to respond to the sensations rather than I get quite stoic sometimes around sensations, that I separate myself out and I begin to do them. And I don't have the same emotional response to things. Whereas when I let things land into me, it's like, oh, I feel emotion. I feel a sense of breath, a sense of satisfaction, a sense of depth in my body. Come back to center, change legs. Let's do the left leg, holding on to two hands on your belt. Bend your right knee and then lengthen your right leg long so it floats just above the floor. Bend your right knee up towards you. Lengthen long. So sometimes I find that if I start to say to myself, oh, I'm a bit bored with my yoga, or I can't quite find that amazing feeling that I love in yoga, then I am reminded that I'm not letting it meet me. I'm just doing it. It's just dun 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 dun. And so when I allow myself to be met and start turning up emotionally into my yoga, oh, it really changes. It becomes something that anchors me, that resources me, that changes me, regulates me. Next time you lengthen the right leg, pause. Hold on to the belt with only your left hand, right hand to the front of your right thigh. Open your left leg out towards the left. Feel the responses in your body as you move. Come back to center. Out to the side. And it's not what your head is saying, it's what's your body saying. What's the response to this movement? Come back to center. One more time. Out to the side. Pause. Remember, if you're going out to the side, don't go to the most extreme place and then pause. Maybe 3/4 of your range and then pause to add load. Meet this in your breath, in your being, in your emotions. Nice. Come back up to center. Bend your knees, feet to the floor. Drop your knees to the right. You can get rid of your belt. I've dropped my arms overhead. It feels very nice. Drop your knees to the left. Have that conscious placement or engagement with the floor so that every time you move, you're really deliberate about how you connect to the floor. It's like the big toe side of my foot is like creating a push and attraction. And my big toe is really enjoying that sense of contact. Notice for you, can you deliberately connect to the floor as you move? Pause. Nice. So in your meditation, you have something you put underneath your head. It's a pillow or a block or a book. So you're going to sit on that, okay? So get the thing that you usually put underneath your head and sit on it, okay? So I'm going to sit on my yoga block. We're still not going to stand up, okay? It's funny, I think at some point in the year, December, I start deciding not to stand up. So you're sitting on your block and you have a sense of your sit bones. And back in Oak, we talked about the rebound, and the more that we root it down, the more length that it created through our body. So just find that, like root down through your sit bones. And as you push down, feel how it creates length and stability through the spine. Fingertips to the floor, just create length through the body. Noticing the length of the front of your body, the length of the back of your body, the length of the sides of your body. You know, for me, one of the sides of my body feels a little bit less available, or I'm not quite sure. It feels shorter or smaller. So notice for you, is there a side of your body that feels less or smaller, or just, yeah, not as long? Nice. So reach your arms forward in front of you and then slowly, actually bend your elbows. It's always a nicer way to go upwards. It's a normal way. So if I'm going to reach upwards, I always bring my hand through the center of my gravity and then reach up. I very rarely take something and reach it up like this. You know, I'll take it, bend my elbow, and then I'll reach up. It's just a healthier, more wholesome thing to do with your shoulders. So bend your elbows, Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Your palms are facing forward. And just feel, as soon as our arms go up, our legs get challenged, our spine get challenged, our chest, our belly, everything is having to work because of the load above our head, because of the opening in our armpits. Nice. Lower your hands down. This time, like we were on the floor, we're going to go to a 45-degree angle. So reach your arms out so they're at a 45-degree angle out in front of you. And feel how, it's not so much of a load here, okay? Bend your elbows into swan. And then pull your elbows all the way down. Nice. Bring your hands to a 45-degree angle. So it's like they're out pointing towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Pull your elbow into goalpost. Elbows are straight out. And then pull your elbow into swan. And remember in swan, feel that squeeze of the back and the opening of the front. Just pausing there. And again, 45-degree angle with your arms. Goalpost. Swan. And then come into flying swan. So flying swan is where you keep your elbows where they are and you begin to straighten your arms so your fingers are reaching back behind you. Flying swan. Reach even more, lift into the chest, rise through the chest as your fingers reach back deeply. And they're almost like trying to come towards each other behind you. They're not going to do that, but nice. Bend your elbows. I'll do it from the side. Reach your arms forward at a 45-degree angle. Bend your elbows into goalpost. Pull your elbows into swan. And then straighten your arms into flying swan. Feel your chest open, lengthen through the spine. Find that rebound down into your sit bones as you open into your chest. Nice. So if 45-degree angle is good for you, stay there or extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Feel how your spine and legs have to work more. Pull your elbows down into goalpost. And then deepen your elbows into swan. And then extend your arms into flying swan. Nice. Bend your elbows. Rise up. Goalpost. Swan. Flying swan. Bend your elbows. Last one. Up. Goalpost. Swan. Flying swan. Nice. Roll your shoulders in a big circle. Big circle. Nice. And then step your right foot as far to the right as you can. So it's like I've turned my hips towards the right. Come back to center. Step your left foot as far to the left as you can. And then come back to center. Right foot to the right. And I kind of lean forward into that hip like I'm going to reach for something in front of me. Step back. Left foot. Lean forward. And come back. So when we were lying on the floor, we brought our leg out to the side. A similar movement here. Step your left foot. Center. Step your right foot. Nice. So your left leg is long, your right foot's out to the side. Bring your left hand to the floor and then reach with your right hand towards your left foot. And there is a certain amount, it's like you will get stuck as such. There is an end of this range. It's not like, it's so flexible. So feel the stuckness of it. And then breathe. And every time you exhale, find a micro change that you can deepen into. So as you inhale, lifting through that deep, I'm going to stuck that end of range. And then as you exhale, soften into something and go a little bit deeper. As you inhale, lift the sensations, lift the feeling of your back. And as you exhale, soften into it, deepen into it. One more time, lift. And then deepen into it. Super. Change. Right foot forward. Step your left foot out to the side. Bring your right hand to the floor. You're reaching towards the right foot with the left hand. There's a certain kind of stuckness to it. So lift on the breath. Inhale. It's like it creates length, and then as you exhale, reaching, deepening, settling. Lift on the inhale. And then settle, deepen, reach on the exhale. And again, one more time. Lift on the inhale. Deepen on the exhale. Super. Nice. So great. So those of you staying for the meditation, so wonderful. Those of you heading off into your day, wonderful. So today is Friday. So tomorrow, hopefully you'll be able to stay for the meditation. Those of you who've been doing things during the week, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you do things during the week, but not at the weekend. Who knows? So come find your chair, have your blanket, your eye cushion. That sense of setting yourself up and coming to rest. So legs up on side of a bed, coffee table, chair, couch, block underneath your head. With purposefulness and with attention and presence, really place your spine down on the floor, unpack your shoulders, lengthen through the back of your neck. Find your calves in a steady and connected way into the surface that they're resting on. And then, like windscreen wipers, let your toes roll your calves. So I'm pointing my feet towards the right, and they kind of go. It's like they're rolling across like twangy guitar strings. So I'm letting my toes move completely towards the right, and then I'm letting my feet move completely to the left. And I'm just feeling the deep calf rolling across, like one of my calves can't really go left. Everything goes right very easily, but my left calf is going, oh, that's really hard to go left. So I'm just really intrigued. It's always meeting something new, meeting something unknown is really exciting for me. I'm like, wow, there's a new place that I can deepen into. Please notice, this is a possibility, a potential for deepening. And then make it really smooth. Toes pointing towards the right. Toes or foot pointing towards the left. And my knees are being moved by it. And I can feel a small movement in my hips. Things are getting softer. It's very nice. And then just pause and rest deeply into your calves. So our calves are very wired into our nervous system. And so if we're under stress, if we're in the fight or flight response, our body is ready to run or to engage with action very fast. And typically that's held or embodied in the calves. Very generalized kind of assumption there. And so you're poised or ready to run. And there's an onness about your calves, possibly when you're in a stress situation. And so, like, it's really hard to relax your calves because when you're standing, they're on. But it's like, how on are they is the question. So just feeling into your feet, notice your big toes. And there, as I feel my feet, it's like they fall a bit more. I was holding them up a bit. Big toes, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, baby toe. Can you differentiate your toes? Pretty hard. There's kind of a blurry feeling in the middle. Kind of get a sense of my big toe and my baby toe. The three in the middle, not so easy to differentiate. So just soften tonus in your body right now. So let them hang gently, soften gently. Let your foot really fall. I just moved myself because my feet were slightly touching the back of the chair and it was stopping me resting my feet deeply. So I repositioned myself and now my feet are falling deeper. Feel your heels softening, your calves softening. And as you pause here and you feel the weight of your calves onto the surface that they're resting on, can you feel your heartbeat in your calves? Can you feel your heartbeat in your feet? Feeling your knees, and then that waterfall of your thighs. So your thighs are falling and softening in gravity. They're supported. They don't need to be on right now. Your hips are supported. They can deeply relax. Your thighs can fall into the pool of your belly, the pool of your pelvis. Just feeling that your psoas is in a position where it could be softening. So from the soles of your feet, through your toes, the front of your feet, your ankles, the back of your calves, that sense of pulsation from the blood, the long strong of your shins, your knees, the waterfall of your thighs falling into the pool of your belly. Softening your feet, softening your calves, and dropping the feet so the ankles can begin to rest. Softening the shins so the knees can rest. Deeply resting through the thighs so your hips can rest. Falling into the deep of your belly, into the pond of your belly. Resting, deepening, pausing. If you have the opportunity to stay, then do. It would be amazing to stay a bit longer than that. And so just feel, what happens when we really rest into our feet, when we connect to our calves, when we drop into the pool of our bellies. How beautiful. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. It's always such a pleasure, such a meeting of, the deep of me. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.